Well, you touched on JaMarcus Russell, and honestly, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring this up. News broke yesterday that
Cool.
he had been arrested because of the codeine infraction, and then Jerry McDonald out there, he reported that there had been rumors around JaMarcus for some time about his affection for the purple drink. Are these rumors anything new to you? Did you notice anything? Did it surprise
I've
you?
heard about it. I haven't seen it from him. Obviously, he hasn't done anything like that in front of me, so I can't sit here and say, yay or nay as far as what goes on in his personal life. All I can really say is that that is a cultural thing in the South, especially the hip hop community. It's something you see a lot of, and I think as an athlete, you have to know when to know when to distance yourself from that kind of behavior, and you got to be smart. I mean, that's what it comes down to. So I mean, I'm sure he's probably not thrilled about how all that shook out, and he probably feels bad about that. But lesson learned. So hopefully he kind of moves on from that. Hopefully he stays off of that. We don't really want a guy on drugs.
Well, I mean, he's certainly not doing himself any favors. I mean, he had his struggles out there with you guys, but I mean, do you think that this is truly the end of Russell's career, as so many people are speculating now, or do you think that maybe he'll step down to the UFL for a couple of years, build up his confidence in his game again, and move back, or how do you see JaMarcus turning out?
Man, I think a lot of that really does depend on how much he really does love football. If he cares enough about it and loves it, then he might step down to the UFL. Like you said before, kind of get his swagger back, if you will, get his confidence back, and make one more run at it, and hope that a team comes along and takes him seriously. But honestly, if he doesn't start working towards that now and start taking it seriously now, then this might be the last you've seen from him when it comes to football in general. So I hope that's not the end for him. I hope he gets it. I hope he gets his head on straight and gets rolling. Because man, it'd be such a waste of talent to see a guy like that have so many issues. So we all just hope the best for him.
Last question about pro football before we move on to a few questions about stuff that is really important. Give me your prediction about the Raiders season. Put a number on it.
I think we're gonna have our first double-digit wins season in I couldn't even tell you how many years. It's been a while, but I mean, I'm hoping and pulling for 10 plus. I think we can do it. I think we're gonna be a playoff team this year.
All right, college football. You went to Ohio State. Once a Buckeye, always a Buckeye. And how are those Buckeyes shaping up this year?
Very well. A lot of young guys, a lot of talented players. They had a couple setbacks with, from what I hear, a few guys who didn't make their grades, and that's gonna happen with any school. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from my guys. Coach Tressel's always gonna have the guys ready to go. I mean, he's such a classy guy, but he also just understands how to prepare young guys for the next level, and obviously to perform at this level. So I have no doubt that we're going to have a solid year this year, and I think we're probably going to be in a BCS game as always.
Oh yeah, well USC out of the picture. I mean, it's wide open again. So.
And USC out of the picture. There's a lot of moves that have been made that bode pretty well for us.
Now your representation, Purple Label. I see a lot of music artists on that label. Now, when is it that Jay Richardson's going to get behind the microphone?
You know what? I've been telling people for a long time I got an R&B album coming out at some point. I don't know when I'm going to put it out. No, I'm just joking. I always joke about that, but honestly, you don't want to hear me sing.
Oh, come on now.
Not a pretty sight. I love to sing, but I always hear that I'm bad at it. I guess everything you love to do doesn't mean you're good at it, so I guess it wasn't meant for me.
Oh, you don't want to give us a little bit of Usher over the phone?
Nah, you don't want to hear that. I don't know how strong your phone receiver is. It might not be a good look.
Talk to me a little bit about the Jay Richardson Foundation. What is that?
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so my foundation I set up, and this was really something that me and my mother thought about for a while, and we said, let's set something up, kind of to help, not only, young kids, as a whole, and inner city kids specifically, but specifically young men, who come from backgrounds where they have single-parent homes and, who struggle to make ends meet and might not have the kind of polishing that they need to be successful in life. And I'm not just talking about on the field. I mean in life. And I think that was where my first annual Jay Richardson Foundation Life Skills Camp for young men came about, which we put on about 2 weeks ago. And it was a success. We got a lot of press for it. We had a lot of kids show up. Around 50 or so showed up, and then more came after that for the second day. And we had a real nice 2-day event set up to where it wasn't your typical football camp. I didn't get all the kids outside, break them off into groups by position, and put them through drills. We had them all basically in the classroom, and we had some speakers come in and talk to them. We had a doctor come in. We had a couple of different lawyers come in. We had a banker, finance guy come in. We had a couple ex-pro athletes and current pro athletes, a couple college athletes come in. Just something kind of for everybody, because the reality of it is not every kid's going to be in the NFL. Well, we all know this. I think everybody understands this, but when you're a little kid, no one can tell you different, and that's fine. No one should. But at the same time, you want the kid to have as many options as he can, especially kids that don't have, this kind of, maybe the family background, or, aren't going to be exposed to as many things as maybe some other kids. So they need, that kind of exposure. They need to understand that they do have options. It's not, NFL or bust, and then, they don't know what they're going to do after that. I want kids to understand that there's a lot of things, you can do in this world and be great at, and, make a living and be the best person you can be, and it's not just sports. Sure.
Did a few light bulbs go off, for these kids? Did you open a few eyes?
Definitely. And I think a lot of kids. I think I reached a lot of the kids, and I had them after the 2 days were over. I had them kind of write down on a piece of paper everything that they learned, and then one way that we can improve the camp for next year. And all of them said the same thing. They said, they were so happy as they came, and they said, they were so surprised by how much they enjoyed it. They didn't think they were going to enjoy it, or they weren't sure what they would get themselves into. Some of them showed up with cleats on, and I was like, no, take your shoes off. We're going to be inside today. And they were like, okay, and they were kind of giving me this funny look, like, I don't know what we're doing. And then by the end of the day, they were all participating, cheering, having a good time. And it was really good for them, just informative for them to find out some things about, what their options are in the future.
Now, where can people find out more information about the Jay Richardson Foundation and your Life Skills Camp online?
On my website, www.jayrichardson98.com. It's got, pictures from the foundation. It's got any info you want on the foundation, contact info for me, and obviously my publicist, and anybody that wants to get involved, we're looking forward to having you. So right there online.
You joined the NFL ranks on Twitter yet?
I'm officially tweeting. That is Jay Richardson 98.
I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I really want to thank you. And if there's anything that we can do for you as far as getting the word out for your Life Skills Camp next year, or even the Jay Richardson Foundation throughout the year, let us know. We're going to be more than happy to do it, because I believe in your cause. I think that it's something that's really very important. And honestly, despite, whether or not you are a pro athlete, you're to be commended for your efforts in this. It's just fantastic, and I truly wish that there were more outlets like this in the world for these kids.
And I want to thank you for that, and don't be surprised if we do take you up on that offer, because, I want to get a chance to reach as many kids as I can. So, as many people talking about it as we can get for next year is going to be great. We already have a lot of people lined up, it looks like. So I want to thank you again just for, expressing your interest.
All right. Hey, anytime. Jay Richardson of the Oakland Raiders predicting a double-digit win season and helping out the kids. Jay, thanks a lot, my friend.
All right. Thank you.